Good morning, tubes. That's a heavy bitch. Oh, this bumper might be more of a piece of shit than I thought. I got DIY tubing. So, man, I got cut pretty good a little bit ago working on cousin's Toyota Camry. I have two Camrys I work on. It's like, oh boy. Okay, so what do we got here? We have a supposed worn winch bumper. I bought this, I can't remember, last year or something like that. Or maybe even the year before. I think I got it at the beginning of summer last year, I can't remember. This thing was $50, and honestly, I think the people who were getting rid of it should have paid me to take it away. Both of these sides are all tweaked and bent and messed up. And, yeah. That's, pretty much the only good part is the rest of this. I don't even have a winch for it yet. Supposedly it came off a truck like this. But looking at the mounts, they had to have had some kind of spacer shenanigans for this. So yeah, the problem that I have with this is these ends here. Okay. So what I'm thinking about doing is actually lobbing them off. This is already kind of at the right, about the right bend I want. So I've got these pieces of DIY tubing, and all I did with these is I just cut them down and then welded them back up. Now, I was doing okay with that part, but then I ran out of wire, and I went and bought the wrong wire, and it just didn't stick to what I was welding to. What I was welding to I no longer have, but I've got this now. And what I'd like to do is cut this off, weld a piece like that on, and I have another one. I think it's out back. I have to go see if I got it still. If not, I'll make another one of these. But basically, that's kind of how I had it bent to the curve I wanted. We'll see if that works. But basically, you know, I wanted something kind of, it's gonna be kind of like that. And then there was going to be another piece that would just come down and kind of triangulate it. So then you'd have another piece like this. It'd come up and then, you know, meet. So we had to figure out how to cut that. We could probably get it with the chop saw. But here's the thing. I've got metal cutoff saw, chop saw from Harbor Freight. I got a Harbor Freight welder. And then what we'll be using is, let's see, we're gonna put these to the test. We got a cutoff, and then we've got a flapper disc with like a, what is that, a 40 grit? 120 grit. I think I got a much more aggressive one. So yeah, this thing was all broke right here, and it's still broke there, and it's all tweaked, and I don't want to mess with trying to bend it back up. I at least just need this part, and this part is fairly straight, so we'll be okay there. And we have this big, beefy, like, huge angle iron someone put on there. So yeah, we'll make the rest of that work, and I think we can weld this up. I was able to weld the tube up. I'm just, you know, low on stuff to clean the metal up, and so yeah, what we'll do is we'll start with just cutting this off. I think what I'm going to do is actually just mark a line. I think I just want to take this and go all the way down, like just straight down, and same here, just straight down. So I'll get my little marker thing, and probably what I'll do is pull this end over, cut it off, and this end I'll just cut it on the bench. I got carpet and stuff in here, so this is just sacrificial rugs out here. When we look at this, this thing is like bent to where it's into the body. So yeah, what we'll do is, we'll weld something, maybe come in here like this. We could even make a tighter bend, weld it in there, and then start the bend 2 inches away. Just cut it thin and then re-weld it. You just gotta wing it. Drawing too much power. We use those for the flappy stuff. Yeah, probably stick to the corded ones for the big cutting, but I'll do the lightweight stuff. So I might use those for flappy stuff and wire wheeling, and use the 120s for the cutters. I've got the Harbor Freight one. I also have a DeWalt one I could use. Oh, there goes that. These ends aren't that heavy. It's this center section where the winch goes on. It's pretty stinking heavy. This part here, I might actually use to tie in our bar. What if we did something like that? Because we could weld it in here, weld it in at the bottom, and then weld it on the end. We could do something like that. Next thing I'm going to try is, can we take off chrome with this? Overcurrent. You can't put much torque on it. Got some flammables nearby. Never mind those. ready to come off. How the hell did they mount this thing? So they must have, they put a bolt here, you know, and then, you know, a bolt here, but you know, one bolt's at an angle. So that's where I have a problem, because you know, when you have something at an angle and the thing's sitting flush, you got problems. What I was thinking about doing, this might be a little tricky. So first, you know, we'll get it up in the truck, or on the truck, and we'll just see how it fits all together. What I wanted to do is see where this lines up. This thing is, looks like I welded that on there. What I want to do is see where this sits on the frame. And then what we'll do is, I'd like to maybe grind this little corner piece off and then get some 1/4 inch steel, you know, remnants or something, and put it along this angle iron. And if I can get it, if this sits flush with the side of the frame, I can weld this on here, and then we can bring it back and we can bolt it onto the frame on the side. And then I'd like to come from underneath, weld a piece on there, and have it bolted in on 3 spots in the frame. So that's kind of something I'd like to do. I think we can do that with that welder. Probably what I would do is preheat this with MAP. I'll put a welding blanket under here so we don't catch the wood on fire. We'll preheat this with MAP, get it warm, maybe a couple 100 degrees or hotter, and then weld to it. That might help us with what we got. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my front bumper off, and we'll see if we can man this up there. I might put a couple of jack stands nearby just so I can set it on there briefly. And there's a pigtail connector right here. Okay, light bar is disconnected. That's done. Hope it's an 18. All of a sudden I can't find my 19. Oh, lucky. Okay. See all my wiring harnesses for my light bar and stuff. Made it look all factory. Factory as in how it should have been. Okay. Let's see if we can do this. So my initial impression with the grinders. This is a lot lighter. You know what I'm betting they did? They just drilled a hole right there. We could do that. We could drill a hole there. That would probably work. So let's see, let's try and hang it. This is gonna stick out a little farther than I really want it to. But hey, let's do it. Yeah, I'm thinking we can probably just grind these boogers down, and then we're gonna have to grind that up. I'm probably gonna use the DeWalt for that one. I'll put a grinding disc on, or a cutting disc. Yeah, we'll cut this off, and then we'll be able to weld a plate on here. And I'm thinking, you know, something that's, you know, it could be like this, just what, 3 inches, but welded right here, and then right in here and here, and then it'll come along here. And then we can bolt it into this hole, that hole, and then this hole, which I had drilled out for the other bumper that I was trying out. So, all right, let's try and hang that. Let's try and hang that. I think I've been watching too much bleeping Jeep. Sorry if that noise bothered you. I really want to fabricate stuff, and it's making me want to go and get a nice 220 volt welder. There was one at Harbor Freight that was looking pretty nice, and I've seen some people weld with it, and it looked like it did pretty good. Uh-oh. You guys hear those barking spiders? We're going to get all new hardware. I'm even going to buy the pinch bolts, new washers, all that stuff. These are just old bolts that I really don't want to use on this bumper. I want to make it look a little bit nicer. This is cool. If I can get everything welded up like I want and have it actually stick, which I have Lincoln welding wire in my welder now, and it worked pretty good the last time I used it. I was able to weld up that one crack you saw, and that thing didn't budge. I had to cut through it. So with that being said, I think we can just get by with this. But yeah, I think what we'll do is we're gonna come out like this, have another piece come along here, and then attach somewhere here, maybe attach to the plate that we'll get, and then another piece, and then another piece. So that's kind of why we need to go to the scrapyard and get some remnants. And it looks like we can shuffle it around a little bit, and we can actually do what I was thinking with the plate. We just gotta cut that piece off. Let's see if I can hang this without hurting myself here. You know, I should have wire wheeled the frame. to go to the very top. I'm so glad I have 2 jacks. And then we're going to want to use our other one here. And see if we can slowly raise this up without kicking the board out. Hey. So I want to go as possible. I'm just going to get it to where it looks kind of level. We're going to eyeball it. Later we'll get an actual level. It actually looks pretty level. I think I'll just eyeball it. Fuck it. Alright, let's run those bolts down and then we're going to mark where we'll drill. And basically it is going to be kind of in that little hump area. Actually, it'll be just past the hump, I think. Or what do you think? Should I get it where it's in the hump? That'll be easier to drill. I'll get it right in the hump there. Okay, I got it right in the hump. The hump! I'm going to use the worn part to make it level. Okay, that looks fairly even. Yeah. Okay. Let's tighten it down and see what happens. That even is just the 2 bolts at the top. That's pretty solid. So I think what I'll do, I'll mark out where I want to drill, and then we'll just make 1/2-inch holes. I might even, well, let's get a tape measure and see how big those holes are. I want to use some big bolts, not quite 5/8. I think it's about 5/8. You know, we could. Oh man, I could use 5/8 bolts. 5/8 would be, that's bigger than 1/2 inch. Get some nice heavy duty washers in there and just to, you know, distribute everything. That's gonna be rock solid. But yeah, and let's see. So I want to come from the bottom here and, you know, tie this into the bottom of the frame as well. You know, have this kind of boxed in 3 places. Can we do that? Let's see, because we have a lot of frame right here. Go up and then over. I might just be better off putting this plate on the side and or Or maybe go to a metal shop and be like, can you press break a piece that will just bam, bam, but what? And it can be bolted in right there as well. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bolts on each side. Dude, that'll rip the frame out from under the truck. Okay, I got these old booger welds on my pieces of tube. We're just gonna cut them right off. You know, those I can grind off. This, I'm just gonna cut the very end off and grind the rest of it down. So this is what I was looking at. These are already the perfect length. So I've got 2 here. Sits right here. Now grind it down a little bit. And that's, I think that's gonna be good. And then we'll, let's see, we'll probably cut a piece at an angle and go like here, and then I'll make another piece that will conform to this angle. Yeah. I like that. Okay. Nice. I'll go clean those up on the anal grinder. I'm gonna clean these up and clean where we're gonna mess around. And then I think we'll get the welder out. Maybe we'll heat this up, preheat everything, and then we'll just throw some tack welds on. Now, I don't care about the chrome. We're gonna be painting this bumper, so I don't hear any complaining. I'm gonna go wire speed like 3.5. I'm just gonna put tack welds in. But first I need to just make a nice clean surface here. That's the other problem. I didn't really clean my metal when I last messed around with bumper stuff. You gotta clean your metal, especially if you got a Harbor Freight welder. It's not gonna weld very nice. And we're gonna get a new clamp for this. You know what? see. I might get a better contact with that. Really? There. Oh, we got a good bite there. Yeah. Let's get our mat. Let's get our torch ready. Our welder. Yeah. All right. Hey, that tacked in there. I'm not gonna need these. Not yet, anyways. Let's go get a wire brush and take the clamp off, see if it holds. It looks pretty good. As long as it looks good, right? That's all that matters. I think I got that in there pretty good. It's pretty good there. So, this piece, I think what we'll have to do is cut a pipe at an angle and weld it from here to here, and then we'll have another piece that will come along here, and then we'll get attached to the top here, or even Yeah, something right around here. Even if we got a little bit taller piece of metal here, it can tie into there. And I have end caps we can put in there. So, yeah, we have a piece that's gonna, we'll cut it at an angle, we'll weld it right here. Maybe we'll, what's that word, fish mouth it? Bring it out here, bring it along, and then it'll get mounted right into here with a plate. And right here, so we need to grind this off. We're gonna have to use the DeWalt for that. Yeah, grind that down. Flat plate right here. So yeah, and then we can get some diamond plate, and we can screw it on. And then for this bottom part, what can we do with the bottom part? We could put another piece of tubing right here, weld it right in here. And what I'll do is I'll probably won't go any further than this piece of angle right there, because I'm assuming after that the winch is going to want to sit there. So man, it'd be nice if I had a winch I could put in here, and that way I can kind of build around the winch. But yeah, we have a piece of tube come out here, and then once it gets to the frame, we can bend it up and then tie it into here, and then we can so we have a piece right here, and then so we need to find that angle. We probably cut it right here, and then we'll bend it to where we need it, and then we'll just weld it up. And then so from here, probably from this point, we'll have another tube that will come down and attach to our plate right here. I think that's what I want to do, and that would be pretty strong. And we can put, you know, more diamond plate on there. I think we can do this. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just go ahead and burn these in so they're in nice and solid, and then I'm gonna think of something else. I can't really do anything else because I need to get these side pieces in, but I will drill these out and then throw some bolts in there, and yeah, I'll just keep building away on this. I'll have to run to the scrapyard and get some remnant stuff, and we'll just whittle away at it. Probably would be a better idea to just tack it and then build everything first, then weld it all in, but yeah. So I mean, you know, it's not perfect, but what I found is, and that's gonna be a no-brainer, but you know, I started up a little too fast there, and when I did, I started going a little slower and just letting everything kind of pull up. I got this to pull up and that to pull up, and then just, you know, and that was kind of the result I got there. And then I did the same over here, and let's see. I think it's good. Yeah. So I was just thinking of another thing to do here. I'm gonna build the lower part so it looks like I kind of have some kind of bumper here. That way if I drive it somewhere, you know, it's not too goofy looking. I gotta go out to the backyard and grab another piece of DOM. I think I have like 6 tubes back there. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut a piece kind of long, and then kind of get it where I want it here. Yeah, let's get some heat to it. And I'll probably put it in about as far as that guy right there, that angle. Just stop right there. Come here. I'm gonna slit it and bend it over so it matches this one. And I'll make another one do the same side. And then what we'll do is, well, you know, when we come out this way and we slit it, we need to make it so that it comes up here. So I'll have to cut an end off, which I'll have to find my angle. So, you know, piece comes out here, comes up, and then just kind of blends in with this. And then I'm gonna make there's gonna be a little piece here that's gonna go in, and I'll burn that in and burn it into the side here. That'll really give this some rigidity. And then I'm gonna find out kind of a pattern, and we'll do like just maybe a piece here, and then a shorter piece here, and then so maybe 3 pieces total. And then this we'll plate it with something. We'll get some diamond plate or just some steel or maybe aluminum, who knows. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about doing. As we get that kind of built up, and then we can start to, you know, have a piece come out here like we talked about earlier, and then we can come back and just angle grind it down, and all right, it's starting to look like something. Boy, let me tell you what. That's solid, especially after I make the end piece here to fill in that gap. Yeah. So those are my welds for right now. You know, that was a little dirtier, but I'm able to get some pretty good heat in there. I mean, I really reefed on this, and last time I did it, I broke it right off. So yeah, I just weld up the slits. You know, we'll grind and paint later. A little tack there, and nothing too fancy. A little tack there. We could break that off if we had to. So yeah, I just did a quick measure before I got too carried away. Well, it's too late. I'm already carried away. I measured from the center of the tube to, you know, right about here, and it kind of matches the other side. It's about 11 inches, give or take. So it's not too terribly off. It's pretty spot on it for the most part. I think that's looking pretty good. I think it's gonna look really good when we make a piece, like take a tube and bring it over here, and then, you know, it just kind of comes past here a little bit. It's just kind of, you know, lines up with our stuff here, our fender flares. So a little cut a corner, welded in here, and come across here, and then our next piece will go across there, and then we'll have another piece that will come off and just kind of triangulate the whole thing. It'll be really strong. And this is just tack welding that in, made this even stronger. So yeah, that's working pretty good. That welder's working all right. You know, if it was any thicker than what I'm working here, if it was any thicker than what I'm working with here, I probably would be having some problems like welding that. This is going to be tricky. I think we're going to have to go real slow and just give her all she can suffer. I was almost thinking, if I didn't put that one pipe thing there, I could actually put lights right in there. Just weld a little mount in there and slide it in, and then crank her down. That'd be cool. I'm definitely thinking about doing some kind of plate right here. Okay. Well, I'm gonna keep welding, and I'm probably gonna get to a point where I'm gonna go take a nap, and I don't know, we'll see what I come up with. All right, I'd say that's a pretty good start for today. This is turning out a lot better than I had anticipated. I've got a lot more to do. What I am gonna do right now, before I call it a day, is I'm gonna drill a couple of holes in that, for this bottom part, so we can get that mounted in. And then, oh, barking spiders. I'll call that a day. All of this is solid, you know, except for the mounting of the bumper. But I mean, my welding skills are improving. I've been going really slow, and well, this is the whole point of welding. And you know, working with kind of a low amp. It's like a 90 amp. Yeah, 90 amp, and she's maxed out, literally. And so what I'm doing is I'm trying to you know, let this kind of get molten and then get this to, you know, molten status and try and getting the two to pull up. You know, that's when you're actually welding. So I've been going real slow and letting it, and kind of working it back and forth, and I can see it. Somehow that thing's actually working like it should. And I can see it when they kind of grab. It's like when you're soldering something, it just grabs the wire all of a sudden. Well, I've been watching and I wait till it does it. As soon as it does it, then I move to the next little bit, and you know, it sort of comes out like that. I could, you know, probably do a little bit better, but all I'm worried about is really just getting in there and getting the two to blend together. And then of course, this is now rock solid. This is way stronger than the wings that were on there. Still got a little more welding to do, some cleaning up. It'll get wire wheeled and painted and all that stuff. I'll probably do what I did here to this bumper, possibly. I don't know. The problem we're gonna have here is, you know, you're gonna have rocks, road debris and stuff hitting this bumper, so I might just paint it with regular paint, like a roll bar and chassis paint, something like that. Let's see. I'm gonna order some end caps and probably put end caps in here and weld those on. I have two currently with me. I bought these when I bought my shock hoops for this thing. So we'll put these on like that. Ah, shit, here comes trouble.
Yeah, no shit. Oh.
Supposedly he needs to do a timing chain on that truck, which I might be doing a video. Anyways, I forgot what I was talking about. We were talking about welding and whatnot. But yeah, you know, if we grind that weld down, we can put this here. And alright, get back here, you little bitch. And then you put this one right here. I could probably, ooh, I got a belt sander. If I get a new belt for it, you know what we could do? We could just take this whole edge and just sand it down until it's completely flat, and then when you put this on, put it at the right angle. Or we could just say, screw it and leave it. Yeah. So what I was telling him is I'm gonna put, you know, some tubes in here. I might actually put a piece right in here. Not sure yet. What I was thinking was putting a piece here and then burning that in. And then there would be another tube here, or maybe right here, right on the weld here. And then that's gonna come straight across and it's gonna weld into this plate here. So that'll give this more support and it'll take stress off of this. But then we're gonna have a leg that kicks out here. And then there's gonna be another piece that's gonna come along here and it'll weld into the plate that goes here. And then there's going to be a triangulated piece. This will be tricky. I'll have to figure out how I'm gonna cut that part. But that part will come down and it will attach to our plate. I might actually have it come this way and go straight across, so that way you can't see it unless you got it under there. So that's my the plan in my head that I have going on here. Let's see. Brain fart, a little past the line there, and a little past the line there. Okay, good. Whew. Nice. Ah, damn it. I ran out of wire. Hey, look at that. That should hold, eh? Just do that all the way around. Yeah. I got that one side done, and then I was gonna let that cool because I was gonna come back and do the other side. I got one tack out of that, and then I ran out of wire. So I have to go run into town and get some. Napa doesn't have the stuff I want, but Home Depot has got the Lincoln Welding flux core. I should probably pick up a couple things of it. Okay, got a couple of holes. One here, one there. I started out with small. Oh, what did I start with? A 3/8. I went to a 1/2 inch, and a 1/2 inch leaves the bolt I'm using for now kind of loose. We might drill it out a little bit bigger later because we're gonna put big jumbo bolts in here. So yeah, it's nice to have 2 DeWalt drills. I happen to have 2. I had one on the 3/8 and one on the 1/2 inch, and man, it took me maybe a couple minutes, maybe not even that, to do both holes. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the jacks in here, jack it up. You know, I suppose I could even just lift one side up, but it's so much easier using the jacks here. Much more controlled. Just put the slightest bit of tension on it. Oof. Okay. You want to get one of your bolts ready. Right now I'm just going to do one to hang it. Okay. I'm safe there. Now we'll jack up the other side. Oof. Okay, found another cross member style bolt. I think when we do some more welding, I'm gonna, well, never mind, this is all gonna get ground down and cleared up anyways. Tink. So yeah, anyways, kind of changed gears a little bit working on this truck, but later we'll get some more materials. I gotta get more wire for that guy. Yeah, anyways, I'm gonna clean up. I gotta sweep, and I need to go get some food. I'm starving.